What up, Taurus? So sorry if the lighting keeps changing throughout this video. It is what it is, all right? So anyways, let's see what your guides want you to know going into 2024. That one flew across the room. It says, believe in the impossible. Ooh, what I'm hearing too, yeah, and also underlying energy here is work through your fears. What I was hearing is it tends to be like you tend to be pessimistic, Taurus. As the earth sign that you are, I guess it makes sense that you guys want things to be concrete and factual and you need to see it before you believe it kind of shit. And they're just saying, no, that's not gonna work for us anymore. You're gonna need to believe. You're going to need to allow yourself to expand past what you think is possible. And part of that just feels like you need to allow yourself to surrender, because you know, the beautiful but also kind of tricky aspect of Taurus, where you guys are very homebody and you want to feel settled in your own space and you want to feel solid, and that's very important to you. Sometimes it tends to go a little extreme, to the sense of it being you're a little overprotective, and that's where the pessimism comes from. That's where the guarded energy comes from. That's where the over planning or the over structuring, or like you go in with the intention of creating stability and foundation, and then it ends up becoming just boxes that you've put around yourself, limitations that you've put around yourself. And they're really calling you to allow yourself, specifically around your manifestations or things that you've been calling in, or vision board items and things like that. They're like, let that be a jumping off point. Yeah, you hear the universe getting a little louder, supporting that confirmation of just saying like, let yourself have those as jumping off points rather than the ultimate goal. Because as soon as you do that, you just put a ceiling on things. Like, you could have been flying high and doing the most and achieving these massive things, but instead you put the goalpost a mile down the block, and now that's as far as you're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I know you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? It really does require you, though, to work through your fears. So I want to look specifically into what those fears are that they're calling you to release. Halted progress, I keep hearing. So sometimes you guys tend to be really impatient with yourselves, with the overall progress. This, to me, I'm getting like a clear picture of construction on a house, and feeling like really impatient over it. This should have been done months ago. This should A, B, and C, all this kind of shit. And they're like, hey, stop it. We're like putting in skylights. We're putting in disco balls. We're decking this bitch out. Like, patience, my love. What is this fear? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Strength in reverse. Let's put these to the side here. Yeah, they are really calling you to trust in the fact that you do have enough resources. If there have been certain connections in your life, whether that's a job, coworkers, maybe even your health overall, if that's kind of felt wobbly in your life recently, they're telling you, like, don't trip about that shit. The Three of Pentacles is like coworkers. It can also connect to your mind, body, and spirit, like how you've been taking care of yourself overall. So this could speak to your health. And then with the Five of Wands in reverse, this is sort of like this internal argument you have with yourself. So this fear that they're calling you to work through, Taurus, is like the overboard we've been talking about. This, like, I don't have enough resources, I'm not in the best health, I don't have all these things, time is not on my side, blah, 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 whatever it is. They're like, no. You're establishing a foundation. This is what you're meant to do. But the Four of Pentacles also has this energy of greed, or like holding on to things. It's like this tight-fisted energy to where nothing can come in or out. And so essentially that fear that they're bringing up for you is, or that they're wanting you to work through, is seriously, Taurus, like, you don't need to go overboard. You are naturally guided to do what is in the best interest for you and your loved ones. And so when you just kind of give yourself permission to move forward in the way that you want to, instead of in a fear-based, rushed, defensive, pessimistic kind of energy, they're like, you don't need to put up all those barriers and all those limitations. If you just let yourself be yourself, you'll see that the things that you want are going to come to you, regardless of, you know, you went after your dreams and you became a professional artist, but you never thought that you could actually pay your bills and live your dreams at the same time. They're like, you need to allow yourself to believe that that's a possibility. When it says believe in the impossible, it feels like, you know, let's address those limitations that you have deemed impossible. But again, it requires you to come from this place of vulnerability. 5 of Swords in reverse, 6 of Wands in reverse, and the 3 of Wands in reverse. How I'm hearing it is like the victory comes when you stop running away from it. I feel like you are a natural problem solver, but you tend to problem solve for everyone else. And that's where you start getting overwhelmed. And that's where you start the pessimism and the defensiveness and all of that, because it's this energy of you, like your subconscious is trying to protect you from taking on other people's bullshit. And maybe you're conscious to this aspect of yourself, but it just feels like subconsciously you're acting in a way that is defensive and pessimistic because you're not trying to take on anybody else's shit. Because honestly, you care too much. What they're saying is like your victory here comes when you stop running away from that thought process, you know, of really looking at, oh wow, this is why I've been doing this, and this is why that needs to change. Like, I've been showing up in this defensive, pessimistic, limited way because I've been trying to protect myself. And when I stop demonizing that and I simply just like hold space for it and I love myself through it, then I can trust myself moving forward. Then I can trust that it's safe for me to do the things that I want to do and know that I'll be taken care of and that the things that I desire will come true. Yeah, it's like the world opens up to you when you get vulnerable with it. When you wear your heart on your sleeve a bit more, because ultimately it relieves you of those burdens. It ends those cycles and creates balance, and also addresses this sort of impatient energy that you've been having around that image that they were showing me of this building of the home and you being impatient. It's like divine timing will enact and you'll have that balance. You'll have that. You live, you learn. So we have lesson, wisdom through mistakes, and healing. Allow light to enter your wounds. Exactly. So that's that vulnerability, is like knowing that this shit didn't happen to you. These struggles didn't happen to you. These experiences that developed your pessimism didn't happen to you for you to close off. It happened to you so that you can make appropriate adjustments from those lessons, develop wisdom through those experiences, and ultimately heal by allowing yourself to be vulnerable and to move from that heart space so that you can receive that heart healing. But it requires you to work through those fears. Tantra in reverse. Oh my Lord, how the hell? I can't say that. It's in reverse, but I'm just gonna put it here so you can see the name. So Tantra is in yoga and it represents balance of masculine and feminine. And so this is showing up in reverse. To me, that just speaks to that overprotective, overactive, like the unhealed masculine energy. Is there an aspect of yourself that you are denying, shaming, or judging? Are you suppressing any shadow emotions such as anger, sadness, or loneliness? The wounded masculine creates feelings of separation, increased ego, competitiveness, and emotional detachment. The wounded feminine causes jealousy, gossip, low self-worth, need for external validation, and manipulation. Take a moment to reflect what you are observing within and around yourself. Your external world is a reflection of our internal world, steering us in the direction we must examine and heal. I wish they had like a little thing that told you how to pronounce these names, because this is a deity. This is the name of a deity. She's a goddess of space and infinite possibilities. Come through, bitch. We were just talking about like releasing these limitations, and the goddess of infinite possibilities shows up. Come through. Okay, but remember, she showed up in reverse. So it says, create space between your breaths and between your thoughts. Life can get a little too crowded, and Bhuvaneshwari is asking you to make space for your highest self to shine through. Notice your breath and its rhythms. Slow down each breath until you can feel the pause between inhales and exhales. Continue breathing deeply until it almost feels like you aren't breathing. The spaces have become longer and the breaths faint. This is how you experience the advanced state of meditation. Taurus, that is what I am seeing for you. Let me know what came up for you, how that resonated for you. Please leave it in the comments. I'd love to see how this all went for you. If you liked this reading and you want to share it with another Taurus or somebody you think could benefit from this, I'd really appreciate that. That's it. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do, because we're going to be going off in 2024, posting all of these readings and getting you your answers and your guidance. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.